Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about the Carboholic's only solution, okay? If you're a carboholic, you are addicted to carbohydrates, okay? This video is for you. And this means that you crave carbs daily. The question is, what is an addiction versus a habit, okay? An addiction is where you're completely out of control. You cannot say no, okay? And if you do try to say no, the body just makes you want it more. So it's like the more you can't have it, the more you want it. So a habit is something that you can say no, okay? Because it's just kind of a routine thing that you get into. But an addiction, you can't say no. So chances are you could be addicted to carbohydrates. And there's a hormone that's driving this, okay? It's insulin. Chances are you don't know what that hormone is, because if you really did, you wouldn't even have this addiction. So this video is about helping you understand this a little bit more, because I want you to extract yourself, look at this problem from a bird's eye view so you can kind of see all the pieces and get out of the trap, because you are in a trap. This is a physical problem. It's not that you have weak willpower or you have low discipline. It's a physical problem at the cellular level where your body is running the show. Okay, it's completely out of control. You have no future thought of consequences. Logically, it doesn't help to understand that, because you just want it and you're going to eat it. Okay, so in the cell you have this little key. It's like the chef that feeds the cell. It's called insulin, and it kind of goes into the cell and it opens up the door to allow the fuel or sugar to go into the cell. But the problem is, the more you do that, the more you get what's called insulin resistance, where the insulin doesn't work anymore. Okay, so it doesn't work, doesn't open the door, the sugar doesn't get in the cell, and now you're craving sugar. Okay, and more, and the body makes more and more insulin because it's not connecting. So now you have this massive amount of insulin, really hungry cells, craving. It's out of control. So the real problem you have is insulin resistance, okay, because the insulin doesn't connect anymore. And the way you got into this mess is by consuming too many carbs and maybe eating too frequently. So now this is what's happening. The other thing that's happening is you're getting a spike of beta-endorphins every time you consume sugar. And beta-endorphins are chemicals in your body that are 30 times stronger than morphine for pain and stress. Think about when you're craving these carbs, or you're stressed out, whatever, and then you eat them, oh, instant stress relief. You feel better because you stimulate beta-endorphins. Even when you're in pain, you eat sugar, you feel better temporarily for like a minute. And you also increase dopamine. This is the pleasure hormone that is stimulated when you take drugs as well. So this is really involved in a lot of addictions. It's also part of the brain that deals with reward, okay? The problem is that you get this little spike in dopamine, and then it drops, and you get a rebound effect where you get even more stress and more pain, more cravings down the road. And then you keep doing this over a period of time, and then you lose the effect of dopamine and beta-endorphins, and now nothing works, okay? So now, how to get out of the trap? What do? What we want to do is, first of all, understand what's happening, and we want to heal insulin resistance, okay? And we want to do this easy. We want to do this gradually, and we want to use a strategy. So I'm going to recommend you start consuming something called Keto Bombs, okay? What is a Keto Bomb? It's kind of a sweet cookie of some sort that does not affect insulin, but it tastes like the cookies that you've been consuming, but it doesn't have the effect. So you make them with alternative sweeteners. I'll put a link down below for recipes. You keep them in the freezer, and they're made from fat. And fat is very, very important too, because that's going to satisfy you. So you have this little sweet cookie, you start eating these, okay? But you also have to start consuming a lot more nutrients. And I put a link down below of exactly what diet you should do. But the point is that unless you do foods that are very high in nutrients, you won't ever really heal insulin resistance, because you need nutrients to do that. It's the nutrients that also protect the cell against high levels of sugar. So it's a real key factor. Vitamin B1 is essential. Potassium is essential. So you're going to have foods that are higher in those amounts. I put a link down below for that. So if you combine high nutrient dense foods with these keto bombs, okay, So that way you never feel deprived. That is the strategy that's going to start pulling you out of this thing. You're going to have less and less insulin resistance. Now, this is going to take between 3 days to 7 days to maybe even a little bit longer. And you can start getting a grip on this. It's going to get better and better and better. And then you're going to get all the junk out of the house, of course, and you're going to make it easy to do this. So that is really the only solution. I don't know of any other solution that's going to pull someone out of the situation other than this right here. All right, thanks for watching. Hey guys, so there's a whole bunch of people that really need this information. So press the share button and let's get it way out there.